Let's try a new sunscreen. We have the Numbuzin Clear Filter Sun Essence. I feel like so many of you have been asking me to try this, and today is the day. It's a chemical filter, SPF 50. It has heartleaf, cica, and licorice root, but it also has niacinamide. So if you're sensitive to that, just letting you know it's in here. It also says on the packaging that it's for sensitive skin. As far as the finish, I think it's supposed to have a lightweight, hydrating finish. Always using 2 finger lengths, and I can see already that it's pretty lightweight because it's kind of running down my fingers a little bit. Basically disappears right away. You don't have to work to blend it in at all. That's usually the case with chemical sunscreens. Sometimes you do have to work for a little bit to make sure that it blends in properly though. This one literally just disappeared. It does feel like a lotion. It is lightweight. It's kind of hard to describe because it is lightweight and lotion-like, but there's like a little bit of thickness to it. It's not uncomfortable on the skin. It feels very hydrating. No eye burn, no white cast, no pilling. Feels very hydrating. Fragrance free. As always, gonna take this with me, reapply throughout the day, and we'll see how it goes. 9:19 p.m. and it's time for my update. I have a really unpopular opinion when it comes to this sunscreen. Don't hate me for it. For me, initial application was just okay. It did feel a little bit thick. Now, the formula itself isn't thick. It's actually pretty lightweight and it blends in really easily. As I was rubbing it in, when it started to dry down, that's when it started to feel a little bit thick. It wasn't uncomfortable though. But usually when it feels like that on the first application, reapplication tends to get a little bit tricky, and that's exactly what happened here. The second layer just felt like it added thickness to the first layer that was already there, and it started to feel a little bit tacky. Of course, with the third layer, it felt a little bit thicker and a little bit tackier. I personally feel that it's super important to test sunscreens, not just with one application, but also with reapplication, because if I am going to be using a sunscreen, I want something that I'm likely to reach for because it feels comfortable, it doesn't feel sticky, doesn't cause any eye burn, no white cast. If there's a sunscreen that feels like this, and I know that with multiple layers, it's going to start to feel a little bit thicker and uncomfortable, I'm not likely to reach for it. So if you're someone that you usually just put on 1 layer of sunscreen a day and you go and you're fine with that, you might be okay with this. I personally want something that I'm gonna want to reapply. Again, as with most skincare products, it does come down to personal preference. I prefer something that feels much lighter on the skin, that's more hydrating and usually more glowy. This one's not bad. I feel like I can see why a lot of people do like it, but for my personal preference, it's just not it for me. I'm sorry to say that because I know a lot of you really like it. I'm just giving you my honest feedback based on what my preferences are. I have a lot more sunscreens to try though, so I know there's going to be some more that I love.